Once again, for those of you just coming in, kickoff on Wednesday night will be 8 p.m. Central Time between Western Kentucky and South Alabama. Our format here for this second media session, similar to the first. Coach Helton will make an opening statement. We will take questions for a few minutes for Coach Helton. Then we will break off and allow him to continue answering questions up here, as well as the student athletes who are down either side of the room. We'll do that about 10 minutes into our session. If you haven't already, please set your phone to silent or vibrate. And with that, I will turn it over to Western Kentucky coach Tyson Helton. Coach, an opening comment. Welcome to town and your thoughts as you prepare for Wednesday night.
Thanks for being here. Really excited to be here in New Orleans. What a great place to have a bowl game. We've actually aspired to be in this bowl for several years. So to see that come to fruition is really special for our team and our program. Had a chance last night to have a great meal at some local spots, and the food was spectacular. And guys got a chance to get out in the town and see what New Orleans is all about, and they're just having a great time. And so it's an honor to be one of the teams to represent Western Kentucky in this bowl game. Really excited to play a really, really good South Alabama football team. But watching them on film, they are a spectacular team, well-coached football team. Will be a tremendous challenge for us, but a challenge we're really looking forward to. Should be a great matchup and should be a great environment, and just really, really excited to be a part of that. And you look at it, we're going to be the only game on TV Wednesday night, so we get to be on a platform for everybody to see us, to see our brand. Our players are excited about that. It's a great opportunity for our young men to show how talented they are, and I know they're looking forward to that opportunity. So, again, thank you for having us, and with that said, questions.
At what point, spring, preseason, season, that you saw this team starting to mold and shape, and this could be a special team?
Well, you know, I always thought we could be a really good team. You know, we had some seniors coming back that were good players that we count on. You know, we had to replace some offensive positions, particularly the quarterback position. You know, we lost Bailey Zappi, and that was a key piece for us. And so when Austin Reed came in and being able to see him and he takes over the reins, and so we knew from an offensive production standpoint that we could be pretty good again. Defensively, was really excited about the defensive players we were going to have back. We lost our defensive coordinator to Ole Miss, and then here comes Tyson Summers, who's our new defense coordinator. He did a spectacular job, had the most takeaways of anybody in the country. And so, you know, early in the season, early on, I knew we had a chance to try to go make a run and be a good football team, and ultimately it led to here.
Coach, Austin sitting right over there, but take me through the process of thinking you're going to lose him, getting him back. Was there communication going on the whole time, and in an era when, you know, there's wholesale players leaving, how gratifying is it to you that he decided to come back?
You know, we just have real relationships, you know, and football's a great game, and, you know, you always think people are going to be there forever, and that's not how I look at the game. We all sign up for year to year. You know, we're all in this foxhole together, both players and coaches, from year to year. And at the end of the season, we have to evaluate, you know, what is my next step? What do I want to do? And that takes time. That's a process. But ultimately, in his particular situation, he trusts our coaching staff. He believes in us, as do other players. You know, we've had other players that had entered the portal and have decided to come back that are key players for us. And, you know, I think this is still early in the portal process, and there's a lot of learning that players are still learning about. But at the end of the day, our guys realize Western Kentucky is a great place. I can accomplish all my goals, all my aspirations of what I want to accomplish there. I get to play for a great coaching staff who cares about me, loves me, and that means a lot to those guys. So really, you know, to answer your question, it was just more about the relationship piece, and our guys just needed to go through that process. They needed to have time right after the season to see what they might want to do, and at the end of the day, you know, it says a lot about Western Kentucky that they would say, you know what, I'm at a great place. I'm coming back here to play for them.
What was your reaction when he told you that?
I gave him a big hug and said, I love you.
Coach, on the subject of recruiting, Wednesday's going to be a busy day, the first day of the early signing period, early in the morning, and then you've got an 8 o'clock kickoff, so it's a long day as well as a busy day. Just talk about the process of how you guys are going to handle that as a staff.
Well, to me, all the work's already been done. Again, you got to stay on the phones with those guys. You just got to make sure you get to the finish line. But we feel really, really good about the people that want to sign with us and the relationships we built there. So for us, it's really just a matter of waking up in the morning and getting those signatures and being able to release it to the press. But feel really good about this recruiting class that we put together. It's going to be another strong class for us. Filled a lot of needs, and so it'll be a fun day for us. We not only get to sign the guys that we need for next year, but we get to play in a great bowl game, and so it should be a really good day for us.
Coach, you had your opponent in this game. You had a really good season, but 6 points kept you from being two extra wins, and I guess it's a lesson learned. But you were that close. It's a game of inches, and sometimes a ball bounces a certain way. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, it does, and you can say the same thing for South Alabama. They lost in overtime by 1 point to UCLA in a great game at their place. They lose to ultimately the conference championship in Troy by 4. Otherwise they're undefeated and they're playing in a big stage. So it's a game of inches for sure, but I view this as a football season. You want to look back over your full body of work, and you want to be proud of your full body of work, of what you've accomplished in the regular season. I'm really proud of that in this football team. Sometimes you just got to control what you can control, and then at the end of the day, you got to live with it. And I know for myself and our team, when we put our head on the pillow every night, we sleep really good. We're very proud of what we've accomplished, and the rest is up to the good Lord. And again, we're going to play a great football team in South Alabama, and very, very similar to us. They've had some tough games too. So for us, this is kind of like a championship mentality. This is kind of our championship that we get to finish the season off with. And as long as we take that approach, we'll be good.
Coach, do you know if anybody has ever played you and your brother in the same season? Did you talk to them about this game?
That's a great question. They're the one I can think about that we've had a lot of conversations, and I was hoping when I talked to my brother about South Alabama, he'd give me some insight on some weaknesses. But he said, "Brother, they don't have a lot of weaknesses." They were up. I think let's see, Georgia Southern was up like 35-17. One great thing about South Alabama, they've always come back. They always find a way to win, and so it says a lot about their football team. And so just like myself, he was very, very complimentary of them and how well coached they are and how good their players are. So again, we're just excited to play them.
Couple more questions we have time for before we break it off. I will ask you about keys to victory Wednesday night.
Yeah, I think it's really, really important for us. They do a great job. South Alabama does a great job of managing the clock. They're going to limit your possessions. Do a great job with the run game. Quarterback's a good player. They got some explosive receivers. But really in the second half, I go back and watch the film. They really limit your possessions in the second half. And that's why you see them come back for some big wins. So defensively, we got to get the ball back for the offense, and then offensively, we got to make the most of every possession that we get. And we got to be able to have explosive plays. Turnovers will be key. Again, I'm watching some of these bowl games right now, and there's a lot of turnovers in these bowl games. So, we've done a great job all year of creating turnovers and not giving the ball up, and we got to continue to do that in this game. But if we do those things, I feel good about what the outcome could be. Well, that's the ultimate goal every year. Your goal every year is to compete for championships, and then the next goal after that is to play in bowl games and win bowl games. So it's really our standard, to be honest with you, and I don't think a lot about that. I'm a guy that, we have to go do what we're expected to do. You know, it's an honor to be in a bowl game, but that's the expectation. And not only be in the bowl game, but to win a bowl game. And so that's kind of our standard here at Western Kentucky. And again, it's a great honor to be a part of all those bowl games. But at the end of the day, we're always, we better be in one, and we better be trying to win one at the end of the day.
Final question, Renee.
Similarity styles, Austin and Bailey?
Similar styles, Austin and Bailey? Yeah. Yeah, both are tremendous playmakers. Both are gamers. Both thrive in the moment. The game is definitely not too big for them. Both do a great job in making the team believe that so long as they are playing, that we got a great chance to win the game. And that's the job of a quarterback. You know, it's more, you know, good quarterbacks have an air and a confidence about them that goes down to the team where they believe, hey, as long as this guy's playing, we got a great shot, and it elevates everybody's play. So that's what Bailey had that, and I've had a lot of good quarterbacks that I've been able to coach that, you know, that were elite quarterbacks, and that if you're going to be elite, that's what you need to do, and Austin has done the same thing for us.
Okay, at this point, we're going to break off for one-on-ones. To your right is quarterback Austin Reed, linebacker Will Ignont. To your left, defensive end Jawan Jones, running back Davion Irvin Pondexter, sophomore wide receiver Malachi Corley. So we'll continue with one-on-ones until right at 1 o'clock. Coach will still be here and will be available.